What's going on, everybody? DomoSenpai here, and as y'all may have known a couple of days ago, which I believe, okay, so it definitely was not a couple of days ago, it was more than a week ago, right? We are here because this dropped last week, and it had no English subtitles. That is until today. Now we're going to be able to enjoy this interview just like everybody else, and I'm curious to see what it all entails, right? So we have PALEDUSK along with Urana Sensei and Ando Sensei, and we're going to be able to see just exactly what went into the creation of this song and hopefully get some answers as to how the choice was even made in the first place. So without any further ado, man, let's get into it.
皆さんこんにちは。
こんにちは。
こんにちは。テレビアニメガチヤクト第
I'm Kaito, and I'm the vocalist of PALEDUSK, the band behind the Gachiakuta first core opening theme. Cool. I like that.
スクールオープニングを担当しています。ペールダスクのボーカルのカイトです。
ギターと曲を書いてます。代々
Dai, guitarist and composer. All right.
ギターの翼です。
Tsubasa guitarist. Bob on drums. Bob? And look at my goats, man. Urana and Ando, man. This is really cool to be able to see something like this. I wish I was there in person, man. That would have been so fire.
来てくれてます。
ガチャクタ原作を書いてます、漫画家浦名圭です。
グラフィティデザイン担当しています安藤秀吉です。
ということで、はい。ポストにいろいろ。
You know, I also have a question. I wonder how long ago this was recorded, because when you think about it, the opening it's all done. This opening isn't even being played anymore. They got the new one with Mori, and we're what, 2-3 episodes into this part of the season already, like this core. So damn, bro, how long ago did they record this?
入ってるということなんですが、とてもぶち上げ
Questions in the mailbox, huh?
ぶち取ります。
ぶち取ってもらってぶち渡してください。
ぶち渡しま
はい、
す。
ぶちもらいました。お互いの第一印象はということで。第一印象は僕は
When I read the manga, I didn't know it was drawn by a woman. That is extremely fair. You want to know what's interesting? I didn't know until that came out either. I guess we're in the same exact boat.
持ってないで読んでたんで、そこが一番
めちゃめちゃ嬉しいです。
Happy to hear that. That means, you know, that's how confident she is in her talent. I love Urana Sensei, man. She's so cool. You want to know what's crazy? I'm probably older than her, and calling her sensei, it does come off as weird, but it's like, you know what? It's out of respect. You know, respect.
秀吉さんはもうちょい怖い人だと
And I imagine Hideyoshi would be slightly more intimidating. Interesting.
思ってます。どうでしょうか、我々の。
第一印象はライブだったので、
She was at their show.
だなみたいな感じが第一印象だったんですけど、
お前言われとうぜ。
激アツな人らだなと思って、でそれで最初に会った時にめちゃめちゃもう話しても
Spoke
らっ
with,
ちゃ
yeah.
ったんで
You know, their music definitely comes across as that, because I did go and listen to their catalog. I usually do that when I'm completely interested in a band, or, you know, yeah, they catch my interest, whether they're doing an opening I like, or, you know, an opening to an anime I like or something like that. I always go and check out their catalog. And yeah, I was fairly surprised. A good one, huh? What were your first thoughts about the anime? Now I'm really interested to see what they got to say about this, because I had a lot of thoughts. Y'all could go back and check my videos about this. I'll put them on screen or something like that. So let's see what they got to say.
初めて見た感想はということで。
最初試写会。
ああ、試写会の時は見れなかった。
そう。
そっか。俺ちょろっとだけ見て。
そうなんかそう
あ
You had a quick look?
見たすぎて
で、
影で侵入してみて。グッときますよね、シンプルにまず。大スクリーンで見たんで。
最初大好きやばいです。
You know what's interesting? I had that same reaction. So look, I'm gonna be real. For those of y'all who do know, I got to see the first 2 episodes early, right? I got into the screening. Shout out to my boy Sam for sitting in line like for mad long, bro, like extremely early, because realistically, I didn't even know if I was gonna be able to get in to watch the anime. It was literally the last day, had to reschedule a flight and all of that. I did all of that just so I could watch the anime. The first 2 episodes, obviously, like weeks early. And in doing that, I had that same exact reaction, bro. I was like, this shit is amazing. I can't believe I'm watching the anime right now. I was in such shock. My heart was racing the whole time. I was super hyped. I was all over the place, bro. The chairs were extremely uncomfortable, but you know, that's neither here nor there. But yeah, I had the same reaction.
あの世界観の中に僕らも入ってるっていうので
We're a part of that world too. That's real. I like that.
やっぱ覚えたし、やっぱすぐ1話が終わった後に2話がものすごく見たくなって
Exactly, exactly. And I got to do that.
最高した本当に。
カイトと一緒に見てたんですよ。
そうだそうだ、
やっぱ結構ショッキングだったなっていうのがやっぱあのチワちゃんのシーン。
まあ
I had a feeling that was going to happen. Yeah, and it's crazy. The whole community felt that way at first.
未だに
I was waiting for it to get to, you know, the main two about this.
実感がないんで、配信サイトとかで見てるんですけど、あ、これわしが書いたんかみたいな感じになってますね、自分は。まあでもやっぱ動いたり、全体的なクオリティがすごく音楽含めて、音楽だけじゃなくて音とか色とか作画もそうなんですけど、声優さんたちも。
I agree 1000%. The animation quality has been off the charts, to be fair. Now, is it on the same level as, say, Mappa or Madhouse? No. But that's not to say that it is not of some of the highest quality. Bones has always gone and produced some of the best anime on the market, right? We've seen it from Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood to Mob Psycho and, you know, so on and so forth. And we've seen so much. And they still go on to produce great anime till this day. My Hero, I can't believe I forgot that one already. But Gachiakuta has been amazing so far.
クオリティが高いんで、すごい見てて嬉しい気持ちになります。
Right, right, right.
僕も一番最初はやっぱり動くルド見れたんが一番楽しかったですね。パルクールみたいにガーって動いて。
Seeing this for the first time blew my fucking socks off, bro. And just like Ando Sensei is saying, right? Like he got pumped when he saw the parkour-like moves. It was awesome.
みたいなやつがテンション上がって、そこからはやっぱりストーリーがあって引き込まれる状態になっていったんで、そうですね、動いてる感動の方が大きかったですね。
なるほど。
地獄でした。最悪ですね。
Oh, hold on. How was adapting the manga's black and white graffiti into color for the anime?
地獄でした。
It was hell. It was the worst. I could imagine, right? Because you're adding so much more. First of all, you're doing graffiti in general, which is a lot of fucking work, right? From the design process, just from the creative side, because I did graffiti when I was in high school and I got in trouble for it and I never did it again. But through all levels and phases of doing graffiti, you have to do a lot. And then just to add color and then extra layers and, you know, all the bells and whistles, it is hell. He doesn't even want to. Yeah, just look at this, dude. Look at this.
もうだって白黒で用意してるものをそもそも全部カラー入れるのかなり難しいね。
This is, bro. It looks fucking amazing, man.
一つ一つ
を全部データを。
It's separate piece of data. It's not one thing, dude. Look at my dog.
詳細が欲しいっていう話もされたんで、それに対して一個ずつに対して。
When out each piece has its own meaning and uses certain words. Dude, I love this design too.
っていうのあるんで、だから適当に。
By the way, I'm going to have a video about Ando Sensei coming out at some point, bro. Gonna have a video coming out about Ando Sensei talking about the graffiti because I saw a tweet that kind of made me mad and I felt for him, right? Like I was mad for him, even though he was mad himself. And we'll be going over that a little bit later.
書いたものは何一つないです。
色ついたらこうなるんだって。
やばかった
確かに。
第一クールの中でお気に
Favorite scene from the first core? Well, I'm gonna give mine, right? My favorite scene from the first core. This is tough, bro, because there's so many good ones, right? There's so many good ones. But if I had to pick one in general, it would probably be the Rudo demon stuff we saw. That gave me chills, and it literally just gave me chills again. If y'all could see my skin, bro, like if y'all can see my actual arm, I had legitimate goosebumps just sitting here talking about that. That was a really, really intriguing scene. Let's see what everybody else got to say.
ルドがお菓子リオに あるよみたいな。
Where Rudo bites into the. Oh yeah, that was also one of the best. Yeah, I agree.
これなんかメンバーならわかるんですけど、これ食うことが大好きすぎて。
Oh, you know what else was another good moment? The whole like Scooby-Doo chase scene. I thought that was really good too.
食べると本当に
Oh my God, they did this scene justice, bro.
バットの頭打たれた感覚があるんですよ。で本当に同じ描写になるの。カンみたいな。
俺どこやろジャバとルドがグリスのペン
Oh, I completely forgot about Griss's pendant. Oh, this shit was awesome.
バトルシーンめちゃくちゃかっこよかったな、なんか動きも含めてそうですけどめちゃくちゃスピーディーで
バトルシーンかっこいいです。
バトルシーンかっこいいねめちゃくちゃかっこよかった。
僕なんかグリスのペンダントをルドが使い切っちゃってなんで崩れたのか本人使い切ったっていうふうに分かってないからそれに対してなんで
He understands the emotional construct of this manga. Oh man, love this band, bro. These guys are sick.
なんて
I mean, I initially thought that already, but holy moly.
グリスに行ったらいいんだろうっていうふうに戸惑ってるところとかも市川さんの演技すごい良かったなって思う、
先生方は逆にありますか？
うんこですね。
Of course. Hold on, we gotta run it back.
演技すごい良かったなって思う、
先生方は逆にありますか？
うんこです。
Of course, she loves the poop.
うんこが
Yeah, well, yeah, this scene in particular, right? This shit was awesome, no pun intended.
漫画だったら白黒だからわからないんですけど、ちゃんと茶色くってべちょべちょしてたんで、あ、すごいちゃんと描いてくれてるってなってちょっと嬉しかったです。
僕はあれですね
Oh, of course. Look, Urana Sensei knows as well. Yeah.
ちゃんと見れたところですかね、漫画ではちょっとこう目が映らない状態でこう一部のシーンしか映らないんですけど、まあ、実際に僕が書いて掃除の中に書いてるところも映ってでプラスそのちゃんと
You want to know what's interesting about this moment in the anime and it being like an anime original scene? Because obviously this does not happen at all. But the fact that they even gave a shit to do this in this moment was extremely awesome, bro. I freaked out because I was like, whoa, like, yo, this is insane. Why are they adding this? This has no reason to be here. But it also gave his death a little more oomph. Right? Because we got to see it from their perspectives. Oh, they met this guy. They know this guy. It's all important, yada, yada, yada. And then when we get to Canvas Town and he's dead, we get to see the grief that everybody has overcome with. And it definitely adds so much more emotion to that moment, if I do say so myself.
じゃあ好きなキャラクターはあえて
If you had to pick a favorite character, who would it be? I mean, y'all already know, like, I have a multitude of favorite characters, bro. Fucking obviously Rudo, and that's something with me. I have to be a fan of the main character of the show. I'm not gonna watch a show where I'm not a fan of the main character, right? That's pointless. I'm not gonna sit here and just complain like, oh my God, I can't stand this main character. And then when the character I actually like gets like 2 minutes of screen time, I'm like, oh yeah, this was so fucking worth it. No, that's lame. Rudo, Engine, Corvus, Guida, Bundus, Zodil. I love all those characters, bro. Zonka. I love those characters. Jabber. Holy moly, bro. There's so many characters that I really, really, really like. Recto, even though he was only here for a little bit, he's really interesting. And the more we learn about him, he becomes even more interesting. Gauntus is extremely interesting too. Lily, super interesting.
音楽やってる身として
As a musician, I can really identify with Zonka. Really?
すごい共感できたらなって思うのは
That's an interesting thought.
ザンカ
Why?
ですね自分はやっぱりいろんな天才見て
He's met and been beaten by so many geniuses. Aha.
殺されてきたんであ分かるみたいな凡人なめんなよっていう
Don't underestimate us average Joes. Wow, that's such an interesting way to think about it. Ah, okay.
僕も理由は結構違うんですけどアニメになって漫画の時やっぱなんか
When it comes to manga, my favorite characters are usually ones like Engine. Okay, yeah.
やっぱザンカ
Zonka's so cool.
思う
I fuck with that.
試写会の時に声優さんたちとこう喋らせてもらった時に一番パンチ見せられる
I felt like he hit the hardest. Okay.
でもやっぱこ
僕初めてこう試写会で声優さんたち言ったらアウェーの場に行くなと思って普段バンドと違う世界だ
Yo, speaking of, wait, this is insane because we pretty much had the same, me and this band. Obviously, I'm not as popular as these guys, right? I'm nowhere near as popular as these guys, but they got to be at a screening with the VAs. I got to be at a screening with the English VAs. That's where I met Bryson. That's where I met Corey. And obviously Zeno, right? Zeno, it's crazy. Shout out to my boy Zeno. He pulled me out the damn crowd. Same with Corey. They all picked me up out the crowd like, yo, ain't you? And I was like, how y'all know me already? That's crazy. But yeah, we've had similar experiences. This is so cool.
から腰低く行こうもう何も角立てずに行こう平和にやり過ごせたらいいなみたいな
Yeah, I was pretty much same. Yeah, yeah.
あの後家帰った後も寝れなくて
He went home that night and couldn't sleep thinking about it. What was with that pause?
何
What?
だったんだっていうあの間はってなって気づいたらそれ曲にしたんですよそのままで間の加工さと恐ろしさを表した曲が次のアルバムに入ってます
It'll be on their next album. Okay.
なんかデンジャラスマンっていう
Calling it dangerous, man.
あの日の空気感を曲にしたんですけど現場ではあの間もっと長かった動画はカットされてるんですけど
あれでカットされてる
書いたことの汗いっぱい出てきたんで
あれが一番最初だったんで
あ最初だったんですよあれ
僕らもその準備
松岡さんが
Wow, that was the very first take for them.
一番最初に
松岡さん
膨らまして
から来て
Oh, they was with the homie.
声優さんのこう人物像っていうか姿形が分かってる状態でアニメ見てやっぱ声かっ
Yeah. Yeah, you know, it's funny he brings this up because I always watch the dub after I watch the sub because I obviously do a live reaction initially to the sub and then I upload it to Patreon over, my Patreon is in the description if y'all were wondering. And then I stream for a little bit longer and then I end stream and then I go do my other stuff and then I sit down and I actually absorb the dub and getting to hear Bryson, getting to hear Chris, getting to hear Corey, getting to hear Zeno, like getting to hear these guys and, just put person to voice. It's like, wow, dude. Yeah. Like they really have brought these characters to life.
ペールダスクさんをオープニング主題歌に推薦したのは先生たちという噂がそれって本当ですかということで
本当です
素晴らしい
ありがとうございます。
That's really nice. It makes you think about how this second opening came about too, and more than likely the ending song as well. It really makes you take all of this into consideration and just understand the thought process behind, well, kind of get an idea as to the thought process behind the creators, right? And just the way they think and how they view their series. You know what I'm saying? It's really interesting.
それって本当ですかということで
本当です
素晴らしい
ありがとうございます。
やっぱり最初のガチャクトの最初飾るのペールダスク一択やろっていう
I wish they would meet with Cold Rain too, but hugs, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna be frankly honest, unless they get Cold Rain for an opening, this is never going to be beaten for Gachi. I'm gonna be real. It's never gonna be beat.
ところから2人意見合致しててそれでねライブに行って
Yeah, that's what she was talking about earlier as far as like going to their show, right? Like she was at their show and was like, wow, they're really crazy.
この人らしかおらんわみたいな感じで聞かせてもらいましたそしたら100点満点超えるものを出してきて普通に聞きながらライブ会場みたいになってたよね
I agree. Song blew me out of the water when I first heard it. And you want to know what makes this even more interesting? The song was playing the entire time I was at Anime Expo and I was just sitting there. I'm like, hold on, this shit kind of hard. What is this? And then I'm like, oh, this is the opening.
ここまで考えたのは初めてな一曲だった。
First song he ever thought so deeply about. And when you think about this, when we go back, there's only been 2 times where it feels like this was thought about, right? As far as like writing the song, you have these guys with hugs. And then when you hear the Karanoa song for the ED that just dropped, fucking phenomenal, by the way, the lyrics, when you go and look at them. Oh my God.
海外の音楽、洋楽。
Written this in comments before, but the first non-Japanese song I ever heard as a kid, I wonder what it is.
なんかコメントでたまに書いてる人いるんですけど、ブリトニー・スピアーズ。
Britney Spears? Toxic? Now, that is a throwback. My dog, are we the same age? insane.
トキシックって
ああはいはい。
曲が「てっててれれってれ」みたいな。で小学校3年生の時に初めて親から教えてもらって聞いたんですけど、その時にソウルイーター読んでたんですよ。
He was reading Soul Eater in 3rd grade. Dude, when the fuck did Soul Eater come out?
でソウルイーター
And obviously, right? Obviously, she's hyped because that's her sensei.
原作とペルダスクのどっちも
I think it's got all of both the manga and PALEDUSK. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I can't even tell you guys how many times I've listened to Hugs. I play it till this day. It's in my stream playlist, by the way. I hear it every time. I love that song, bro. And yeah, I can see it.
全部入ってるなっていうなんか偏ってる感じが全然なくて、それも感動しちゃううちの一つ。
曲書く上で大事にしてたことだったんですけど、寄せて何かじゃなくてありのままじゃないと意味ない。
Yes! Oh, perfection! Perfection, bro. When he focused on writing the song, he realized that it had to be authentic, not forced to fit. And that's what you get when somebody is already a fan of the series, right? When you're initially a fan of the series, you already kind of know what you're going to do. And then to get input from Urana Sensei and Ando Sensei, the dish comes out fucking perfect.
飾ってもそれって
Yes! How many times have I told y'all this, by the way? How many times have we had the conversation of, well, pretty much not having a conversation. It's pretty much me telling y'all, like, people can always tell if you're being fake. People can always tell if you're being authentic on something. They can always tell that you really love what you're talking about, right? Or you really know what you're talking about.
バレるし、だから歌う時も歌詞もそこすごく大事にしようと思ったですね。
This is why Hugs will never be beaten, bro, because they just get it. They get it.
このガチャクタの場合は自分らもストレートにいってるからストレートに
The goal! Let's run that back.
ガチャクタの場合は自分らもストレートにいってる
Since we stay true to ourselves, we needed people who also keep it real. Dog, keep it funky. Keep it 1,000 wow. Oh, this is why, bro. And this is why, like, when we met, I knew, like, they were super cool because you could feel the authenticity, like, oozing off of them. Like, they love what they do. You know what I'm saying?
それをやってる人たちじゃないと意味ないよなっていう話はもう
That was something they discussed already. Yep.
でそれでペルダスクって言った時にもう満場一致だったんで
Agreed.
ほんまによかったです嬉しいです
ライブに行かせてください。
Yo, it's funny because I bowed to them, and when I initially met them and took a picture with them, bro, I bowed to them and said, "Thank y'all so much for creating this series." It came at a time when I needed something the most, right? Like when I was in a dark ass place prior to me finding this manga, and then in finding this manga, and because I found it like as it was coming out, like the moment it came out, or maybe it was like 2-3 weeks before it came out, I had seen a tweet talking about it, which was super interesting. But reading it really brought me out of a place that I didn't think I was going to come back from. So yeah, I had to bow to them and let them know, like, yo, I truly appreciate y'all for coming up with this.
ガチャクタの漫画の魅力はどこですか？
I'm really interested to hear. My bad, y'all. I'm over here eating on some pretzels. I'm starving. I'm really interested to hear what they love about the manga.
グラフィティが
Yes, that is one part of it for sure.
セリフとかじゃなくて一回こうじーっと見れる時間がいっぱいある漫画って最高だなと思って、
ありがとうございます。
その隅の隅までこう見て細かいところまで
Exactly. Oh, they get it. Bro, do y'all watch my videos? PALEDUSK, be real, man. Y'all watch my videos? Cause holy shit. I've said these same things. Like, it's brimming with life. That's how much they love, and that's how much love and attention they put into crafting this manga. You can tell, like, there's a lot of love and life in here, bro. Oh.
漫画なのかなと思ったんですけど、結構いろんなところにほっこりする要素だったり、コメディっぽいところが入って
Agreed. Right? Agreed. Initially, it starts off as a revenge plot, right? It's something that was like all the rage during the time when it came out. Like, revenge was really big. So it's like, oh, damn, here we got another revenge story coming in with Rudo getting dropped down to the pit and like all of that stuff, right? And then you actually read the series and you start like getting all these different characters and all of these different moments. And you're like, holy hell, bro, this is actually way deeper than I thought it was.
たりするんで、こいつって本当はこんな感じでおどけてるけど実際こうなんだろうなとか、この心情がすごい考えさせられるものがいろんなもうキャラクターそれぞれにあって、
Hell yeah.
でこれがもう アニメになって、まあ、2クール目もそうですけど、どういう風に進んでいくのかがすごい楽しみだなと思います。
Okay, they're talking about the second core, right? So this had to be recorded like towards the end of the first core. Interesting, interesting.
ありがとうございます。
I thought this would have been recorded like way earlier.
そこも大事に書いてるところでもあるんですけど、ガチャクタ普通だったらめちゃめちゃシリアスな世界観に
You know, there have been times where I've come across manga and you can tell that the mangaka has absolutely no fucking clue what they're doing with their world and their characters. But dude, Urana Sensei, like she said, she's put a lot of effort into that. Like just bringing so much life and love into the world, making the characters take the weight off of the world and the world being its own character. So sick.
なると思うんですよ。多分薬とかめっちゃ出回ってるだろうし
Loads of drugs around.
結構超アングラなところをルド視点だから
Wow, yeah. And you know, a lot of people tend to miss that.
なんかああいうあったかい環境に
Like we're seeing it through Rudo's eyes, and it appears like a happier place when, you know, obviously it's really not.
てるよっていうのを書きたいっていうのが
That's what she's aiming to convey. And she's done an excellent job for 153 fucking chapters, yo. It's been great.
漫画もペールダスクも海外からの人気がすごいと思いますが、理由は何と思いますか？そもそも海外に向けたい発信をしたい。
Originally wanted to reach people around the world. Yeah, it's been the same with the thought process of the Gachiakuta like world takeover thing. So yeah, I can see it.
そもそもなんか日本人だけに読んでほしいとか聞いてほしいとか言って。
It's like Kodansha wanted that one manga that was going to, you know, keep them afloat. They were like, we're going to risk it all for this. And it's been extremely successful, in my opinion.
先手がなさそうだからの気がしますけど。
ハマってくれる人にめっちゃ刺さったらいいなっていう感じなので、日本人だけって
What up, Urana Sensei? Yeah, not just Japanese video. Yeah. This is one of the first times I think I've ever heard this. It's one of the first times I think I've ever heard this from a Japanese mangaka or even animators or something like that, because I'm so used to hearing like an artist same way. It's like a lot of the times in Japan, they typically only make things for Japan, but that's just the way, that's just like a business structure, right? That's how they run things in Japan on a business level. But the fact that Urana Sensei is like, no, fuck that. I want to reach everybody. I don't want to write it specifically for here. I want this to reach all cultures, all ethnicities, all walks of life. It's such a beautiful thing to hear IRL, right?
感じではないですね。
人に聞いてもらえるんやったら別に人ってもう全世界
Then people means the whole world. Yeah, spot on, Ando Sensei.
浦野さん、秀吉さん、海外現地のガチアクタの反響はどうでしょう？
I wish. See, this is where I wish we were like homies on a personal level, so I could be like, yo, it's fire.
したかということで。
Oh shit, it's me. Oh, it's me. Yo. So cool.
第2クールで楽しみな部分はということで。
第2クールは
The second core battles look insane. Agreed. So far, so good. That's one of the things that I feel like a lot of people are excited about is like the fights.
やっぱりバトルがやばそうなんで、まああとはまあどこまでやるかを楽しんでもらいたいっていう感じですかね。
新キャラが出る楽しみですかね、やっぱりキャラデザがやっぱすごいんで、作画のキャラデザがすごいんで、その部分がやっぱ個人的には楽しみやなって、どう解釈されてアニメに映るんやろうなっていうの。
序盤からこう。
Oh man, wait, what? Hold on. Personally excited to see how they interpreted those designs into the anime.
序盤からこう。
I heard that they wanted to keep a lot of things in store for fans who loved it from the very start. So it gets even better as they get the hell out of here, man. Oh, what are they gonna do, bro? What are they gonna do? That has me curious. I can't believe that they talked about all the things they talked about and in depth. And as far as like having so much relatability with like a lot of these guys, right? I thought that was insanely cool. And then to hear Ando go over the rumor that he heard that they were keeping a lot of things in store for people who have loved the series since the start for this part of the core, I'm truly interested to see what the fuck they are adding, because there's no way. I mean, obviously Yutaka Nakamura being on on like doing his little cut for the Bundis and Santa Bros fight is going to be extremely interesting. But I wonder what all they got in store for this, because everything so far seems to be exactly as I expected it to be, with sticking to the script, right? And I've talked about that before. I talked about that on Patreon a lot too. But they're probably going to try to blow our socks off to the next, like to the highest degree. And I cannot wait to share this moment with y'all. Anyway, man, this was such a fascinating interview. I loved it. And I'm glad that it finally got English subs and I got to do my little thoughts on it, just so, you know, we have something to talk about on the YouTube. But anyway, let me know your guys' thoughts on this interview if y'all have watched it, or if this is your first time watching it. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new. Thank y'all for continuing to support me the way y'all have, bro. Y'all been banging these videos out like crazy, right? Like y'all been watching these videos like crazy, and I truly appreciate that. And so with that being said, bro, keep that up so that way we can stay in the algorithm, and I'll continue to try to give you guys as many videos as I possibly can. And with that being said, man, hopefully y'all enjoy y'all morning, afternoon, or night, wherever y'all are. I'm DomoSenpai, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.